Okay, so we're talking about how to get attention online, right? We've already talked about how to get attention from people who are actively out searching for a solution or for information regarding a problem or desire they have. Now let's talk about how businesses go about interrupting you kind of as you go about your normal life to get your attention, how they grab your attention while you're just kind of existing in the world. I'm going to focus mainly on social media. Now there's a lot of ways people do this, all the way from billboards on the side of the street to there's a lot of different things showing up in your email and stuff like that. There's a lot of different ways, but I'm going to focus primarily on social media and showing up in sort of your feeds as you kind of go through life. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see a few examples. Starting off, let's look at YouTube. We've already looked at YouTube as, through the idea of it being a search engine, as you can see up here. But let's talk about what it's like when you just use the platform, right? So if I show up on YouTube to just use YouTube, as you can tell, there's a bunch of different things that have now been sort of interrupted. They're in my face, they're in my feed here. And some of them are paid, like this one right here. This guy has paid money to show up in front of my face, just sort of in my home here, my feed. It's an ad for a product. He's paid to get in front of my eyes right now. And then there's a bunch of other people that YouTube has recommended. I follow some of these accounts. I don't follow most of them, I don't think, but it's just sort of recommended these because they think it's content that I'm going to like. So these people have sort of organically earned my attention, right? Because here we are looking at it, right? So let's say I click on this video right here, right? Or this one. I have a bunch of like random music playing in the background. Okay, so here we go. Immediately we now get an ad, right? We've got an ad here. These people have paid to interrupt me before I get to watch the video on this account. And now they're advertising to raise money for this guy. So let's say I skip the ad, go to the normal stuff. We've got the ad over here on the side, right? Every so often, YouTube would probably interrupt me with ads. But then over here on the side, you can see a whole bunch of things that they are also doing to kind of interrupt my consumption of this and get my attention while I'm just sort of consuming stuff on YouTube. We've got this ad right here for the stupid game. We've got a bunch of other recommended videos that it thinks that I will like. And these different videos get to now, these ads are trying to monetize my attention. If I click on that link, it'll take me there and they'll try to give me a purchase of product or donate or whatever. If I click these videos, they're going to seek to get my attention so they can make money from YouTube. And then they might like sell a product on the back end, for example. So that's kind of how YouTube works as far as ways you can interrupt people on YouTube, both organically without paying anything. You can create content that's really, really good and it's going to get recommended by the algorithm to these people, or you can pay to sort of interrupt people and, have an ad before a video or an ad on the feed or, for example, things like that. So that is YouTube. Let's look at Instagram. So here's Instagram. I'm on the Discover page, right? Instagram, like this is just kind of where a lot of people go. They go to the Discover page, they go to Reels, they watch videos, they see stuff like this. These people have, perhaps one or two of these are sponsored. I don't actually know. I think I probably actually have ads turned off here. Yeah, I have ads turned off. This is content that Instagram thinks I would really benefit from seeing. So it placed it there in front of me. It knows a little bit about me. So it recommends content that it thinks I like watches and fitness and Tate stuff. And that's kind of what it recommends. So I could click this stuff and consume this. And these people have earned the right to get my attention. And now I'm going to, give them my attention. And then they're going to try and monetize it. They'll try and sell me a watch or try and have me follow them and then purchase their fitness program or something like that. Right. So I'm doing this on desktop, but a lot of times this just happens on mobile, right? On a mobile device. Now, the same thing happens inside of a feed. Let's see if we can go through here. Yeah. So for example, I follow this guy. Here's some content that is in front of me. But if I scroll down through here, people will pay to interrupt me, right? Instagram might recommend other accounts or other content that I don't follow as well because they're trying to get things that are valuable in front of me. This is an example of, I'm just living my life on Instagram and businesses are trying to interrupt my normal flow and put advertisements or content in a way that I decide to pay attention to so then I can later monetize it. So that's an example of how it goes on Instagram. Now let's see if I can do Facebook without sharing a bunch of personal details. Bingo. Awesome. I use some advanced developer techniques. So I'm not going to show you very much on Facebook because Facebook is a pretty personal thing, but like it will show me, we have organic content. We have things that Facebook is deciding to throw in front of me, these businesses or accounts have created. And then we have things like Weave, a company who is paid to get my attention by creating this ad. So again, they're interrupting. All of this is interrupting or kind of thrown in my face as I'm sitting here consuming this on Facebook. Now the same thing happens on TikTok. I don't really have a TikTok. Pay attention on TikTok. TikTok recommends a lot of different creators based on how engaging they are. So we have this, and they also have ads. People that pay to show up on that. I don't know why they're not showing up. TikTok will recommend content that it thinks that I will enjoy. And then those people can, and then try and monetize that attention by having me follow them and purchase products and stuff. Or you can just pay to get my attention on TikTok and show up here as an ad. And that's another example of how a social media company or platform that someone just naturally consumes on, businesses can show up and they can pay to get attention. They can pay to interrupt you and put something valuable in front of you, or they can just create a bunch of good content that Instagram or whatever platform will start to recommend to the person viewing it. So that's how you gain attention, by interrupting people. Usually you either pay for it to put ads in their feeds or in places that they are going to see it, or you just create content that is favored by the algorithms of these sites so that they start recommending them naturally to people that they think it will be a good fit for. That's how you get attention, through interrupting people.